name is Justin, Justin. Mom and dad, and yeah. Very loud,
That's nice.
you know, loud music. They like the vibrations. I would always have to interpret for them or like translate for them for like when we go out to eat for dinner or lunch or breakfast. You know, the waiter will always come by and they'll be like, "What do you want?" And I'll always have to translate and you know see what they want. When I went to school, you know, the school would always have to provide a interpreter for my parents, while everyone else just like parents just show up and they get to listen and all that. But like they always bring in an interpreter to explain everything that's going on. Like if it's a play or like a graduation or anything like that, they'll come and interpret. Yeah. Me and my brother, we would just, you know, scream, play, curse at each other, you know, do whatever, you know. They couldn't hear it, so we were just fucking around or messing around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
My name's Clay Conley. I'm a CODA. I'm from Maryland, Elk Ridge area, and I'm a third year RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology. And yeah, honestly, I feel like is how the misunderstanding people assume having deaf parents is tough and really an adjustment, but it was really just a normal childhood for me. Like, because I didn't know as a kid that being deaf was like an uncommon thing. I thought in my head it's just, oh, it's just another language. Like my friend had, Mexican parents, Spanish parents, they speak a different language. That's what it basically was for me. It was just a little, I had some perks of, being able to scream as loud as I want, play loud music, maybe stay up a little later than I should have. But other than that, it was like having any other parent, really. I feel like I'm just kind of a connector of two worlds, basically. If I'm in situations where there's deaf people and hearing people, I try to be that bridge to people. Like, you guys can talk. And one of my biggest passions really is like making music. I make a lot of beats. I make a lot of, singing, rap stuff. And, it's a misconception that deaf people can't enjoy music because my dad was in a band and he's fully deaf when he was a kid. He loves the drums, you can feel it. My mom loves listening to music that just has a good beat. Even people who are profoundly deaf can still experience and enjoy music.
I'm the mother of my son, Clayton. Boy,
I've always been born deaf. I did not go to school until she was 10. My family doesn't know what to do with me. I'm the last youngest in the family. And all my brothers and sisters are hearing.
I'm the baby.
She's the baby in the family. Of course, my mom and dad didn't know what to do with me. There's no deaf school in the Philippines. So I basically stayed home and had no language access until she was 10. Access until she was 10. My teacher is from America. From Gallaudet University came to the Philippines and helped set up a deaf school in the Philippines. That's where I learned my language. And my language grew.
That's what I am now.
That's what I am now. In my school, I was the oldest student. Because my school was founded in 1975. And I was the first student there.
And I
graduated
batch
the
of
first
high school.
batch of high school there.
My school called
called Southeast Asia Institution for the Deaf.
SAID.
Yeah.
But now SAID.
But now AESID
Shut down. No students were there.
No more students were there.
Not have enough money.
And they didn't have any more money to support
education.
and continue the education in the Philippines.
But there are some students.
But there's some students who go to
mainstream
with
different public schools right now.
Different public schools.
Well, yeah, but my family knows.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Kevin, Kevin Hall. Okay. I'm a joker. I love to tell people funny stories. I like hearing people know that I really do have a sense of funny humor, you know. When I say something happened, boom. I talk there right there. For example, carpenter. Yeah, carpenter bee. And when I was playing pickleball, a carpenter bee was flying around. I told him, hold on, wait, time out. I have a remote with a carpenter bee. And he was pretending to have a remote. Okay, let's go play again. Yeah, you know. Yeah. I wish hearing learn sign. Like, same as idea. When hearing people have to learn Spanish. So why not learn sign?
I wish
I
that more
wish
exposed.
there was a bigger exposed to deaf culture.
Be sensitive.
And be sensitive
to deaf needs. Exposed to the police.
Exposed to
Exposed to doctors.
And exposed to doctors.
Some doctors
tell mom
to
and
go
dad
to
to go to hearing schools for deaf schools to hear speech. No.
Teach doctors
that they have deaf schools out there.
That's more deaf movies. More visible deaf signs everywhere. But it's hard. It's hard.
It's not easy. Not a lot of people know about deaf culture.
Add more.
But they should add more.
TV,
and exposed through TVs and movies.
Daily bill.
If you could give advice to children who have deaf adults right now, what would you give them?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of being embarrassed by your parents, for sure. Like, it's a cool culture to embrace, and you shouldn't be embarrassed of it or scared of it.
If people ever, try to act like you're different or your parents are just different people, don't listen to them and stand up for deaf culture, and because that's part of your identity. Like, if you have deaf parents and you're hearing, doesn't mean you're just hearing though. Like, you have the deaf identity inside you too. So I feel, stand on what you believe in. If people assume things, correct them, teach them the right way, and try to spread deaf culture if you can. Try to if people ask about it, let them know ASL is easy to learn. It's deaf people aren't special needs. They're not disabled. They just can't hear and speak a different language. And deaf people can do anything regular people can do. And it's just a different language barrier, and it's different, but I feel like it's something like you should be proud of too. You know what I'm saying?